telling you I was ordered to get you back to work within 2 weeks or else. Now, the organization doesn't make idle threats. You ought to know that from what you overheard when you were trapped in my office closet.
I won't go back to work for you, Luke, ever.
Laura, look, I got crazy and I kissed you and you're angry about that, but don't let your anger blind you to what is going on. You're in big trouble. Bill Watson saw your shadow under the closet door. When they left my office, they waited to see who came out. They saw you.
Oh, no.
They suspected some kind of setup. They thought maybe I was selling them out.
That's why they want me back?
That's right. They want you there so they can watch you, so they can make sure you don't talk. Now, look, I told you were being watched. If you don't believe me, you go over to your kitchen window and do it carefully.
There's a man in the alley. He's looking up here.
I told you, a 24-hour tail is on you. They're watching your every move. Now, look. I went to Smith this morning. I tried to tell him that because of your family's connections, you were too important to push around. I got nowhere.
Luke, you can tell Mr. Smith that I'm not buying any of this and that he can't frighten or intimidate me into coming back to work for you.
Oh, Laura, you don't know what you're doing.
Scotty was the one who decided that I shouldn't work there anymore, and I'm glad he did. Luke, I can't go back to work for you, not even if I wanted to. Scotty would never let me.
If you're not going to think about your life or mine, will you give a thought to Bobby, please? Do you hate her so much you want to see her killed, too? Laura, you know that I love you. Oh, sure, I made a big effort to play this game and date Jennifer Smith. She doesn't mean anything to me. She couldn't. It'll always be you. And now I'm trying to get you out of this mess. You won't listen to me. How can I convince you that your life is in danger?
I don't know, Luke. But if it involves getting me to come back to work for you, I'd say you have a problem. Because I think this is all one big trick to get me back there.
Oh, damn. Oh, boy. Maybe the problem is that you just don't realize what the organization is capable of, Laura. Maybe you think that they're nice, respectable businessmen. Yes, they look respectable, and yes, they are in business. And a lot of that business has to do with death. Maybe what happened to Roy will open your eyes. Are you ready to hear the truth about election night? Are you finally ready for the truth?
I've always been ready to hear the truth about that.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't, but maybe you are now. But if you are or not, it doesn't matter. The truth is that I was supposed to die that night, not Roy. Frank Smith ordered me to kill Mitch Williams on election night.
Why?
To prove my loyalty to the organization. I was supposed to make that hit on Williams, not Roy.
Could you have done that?
I was sure gonna try. Because I knew if I didn't, I'd be a dead man. You see, that's how the organization works, Laura. And now, if you don't believe me, your life is in danger.
You mean, if Scotty hadn't asked you to drive me home that night, and if I hadn't thrown the car keys down the cliff,
I would be dead.
no.
Laura, that's the truth. The rest of it's all been lies. I've been trying to protect you from my life. I didn't want you involved because I thought you would get hurt. Well, now you are involved, and you're going to get hurt if you don't listen to me. I have been ordered to get you back to work within 2 weeks. Laura, if you don't come back to work, they're not going to believe that you haven't opened your mouth about what you overheard.
You say you love me, and then you're ready to lay this whole guilt trip on me. Well, I can't handle that, Luke, and I won't even try. You backed me against a wall. No, Luke. No, I hate you now, and I hate Bobby and Elm Street and your disco, and I just want you to get out of here.
Laura, I'm sorry, but it's too late for schoolgirl hysterics. Somehow you're going to convince Scotty that you have to come back to work at the disco. Otherwise, I will not be able to protect you from what's going to happen.
That man is still in the alley.
I told you a tale 24 hours a day.
What if you keep dating Jennifer Smith? Won't that give you protection?
There's no such thing as protection, Laura. You and I are in the organization. Once in, you never get out. The only thing to do is try to survive. Your way to survive is to come back to work for me. My way to survive is to get you to come back to work for me. I can't tell you anything any more clearly.
Luke, what are we gonna do?
I don't know. I've got to think of something. Some way to convince Scotty that you have to come back to work at the disco.
Just promise me that you'll stop Frank Smith from taking his legal business to Lee and Scotty. We can't let that happen. I will come back to work for you if I have to. But I don't want Scotty hurt. You see, Luke, sometimes I think about you in a way that I don't want to think about you. In a way that a woman shouldn't think about any man except for her own husband. So please, don't make it any more difficult for me, okay? Because I'm trying to back with Scotty. I do love him. And I do want to be his wife again. The way I once was.
It kills me to hurt you. To go on hurting you. I'd rather die. I'll stay out of your life as much as I can. Right now, we have 2 weeks to get you back to work. Now, how are we going to convince Scotty that you have to come back without making him suspicious? Think about it, Laura. How are we going to do that?
Like a leaf. I'm just glad to see you, that's all.
No, tell me what happened.
Well, I went out for a walk so that I could get some fresh air and think. And I got scared.
But why?
Well, I thought that there was a man following me.
And it reminded you of the man who raped you?
Yeah, it did, but it was just my imagination, though.
Are you sure?
Positive. He walked by me just before you walked up to me.
Well, did you get a look at him?
Yes. I've never seen him before. I'm sure of that. I'm very sure of that.
Oh, no wonder you were so scared.
Well, I'm okay now.
Good. Then maybe you can tell me why you didn't come to school today.
I was, taking it easy, that's all. I'm trying to adjust to not working.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad.
You know, I kind of missed my job at the disco.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you quit. I mean, you needed a rest, so don't you even think about going back. You hear me? Besides, Scotty wants you at home.
Yeah, I know. He wants me there all the time now.
And that must make you happy.
Oh, it does. It does. I just hope he doesn't get too overprotective. Please don't tell him that I thought there was someone following me in the park, okay?
Don't you worry your pretty head about it.
I guess I'm always going to have mixed feelings about this place.
Yeah. You mean because of your marriage to Scotty and then the rape?
Yeah.
Let's go home.
Yeah.
They'll be waiting for us.